When I start my day, I get up and I say, I'm not gonna do 8 hours of something I don't wanna do. I'm getting up and I'm doing 8 hours of keeping somebody's beans and corn, backyard, house from flooding, right? These beavers, people don't understand the role these animals play in nature. I'm Chuck Ronsonet. I live in St. Martinville, Louisiana. I own a trapping company called Atchafalaya Trapping. All right, let's run up the road here and get with this crawfisherman. He's having otter problems. Set a few traps. We can go see if we can catch a few of those guys. To my wife. She left to my wife. Yeah, when I was, I'd say, young kid, my dad took me to a hunting camp. Ended up meeting a young fella there that ended up being a friend of mine. His dad was a game warden, and his dad taught him how to trap and make some money. So they would trap coons, him and his brothers. My buddy Andy Angel introduced me to that, and not knowing really what he unleashed in me. From then on, you know, I ran with it. Fast forward to 2010, I took a job being a ranch manager for a cattle ranch, and part of this operation had, I don't know, roughly 200-300 acres of crawfish ponds. Part of my job, besides running cattle, was also to catch mink and catch otter and catch beaver. And that's really when it took off for me. If you ever want to see a grown man cry, meet a crawfish farmer that's having otter problems. That's it. Look for some flagging. I got some flagging. So the otter, crawfishermen especially, it's a big deal with them. They hate otter. Otter will get in their traps and eat the bait. Not only eat the bait, they'll eat crawfish. So what I'm looking for is, this is fresh otter shit right here. So they came last night and messed with all the traps in the past. You see? So they eat the crawfish whole, everything. They are watching these crawfishermen when they bait every couple of days. These otters will get in there and they'll take the bait before the crawfish can even come in. So how do you expect a crawfisherman to make money? See, if they coming in from this way, then they just floated right over that trap. So the beavers are not relocatable unless you have a section of land that you want wetland, basically, because that's what they do. They don't live without water. The crawfishermen don't want them. The districts don't want them. They plug up drains and canals and bayous and waterways. They're just an unwanted animal, but the furs are great. They're just not worth any money. So this particular spot right here is for the wood mill back here. They supply with water to mill the wood, and then the water got to go somewhere. Yeah. So the beavers come and plug it up right here. So over the weekend, they came, plugged it up pretty good. Yesterday, I came and unplugged it all, and this is where we came last night, watching them through the thermal, and we couldn't get any shot on them. And they come back this morning, and they just totally plugged it. So they'll do it overnight. They'll shut it down overnight. I go in, I worry about these people. I take my job seriously, and I work for those taxpayers. I make sure that they're gonna get that money next year for those beans or the corn or whatever they're planting. So I take my job very serious. It's at the bottom of the ditch. You know, I carve these birds. I'm out there all day looking at these little birds and looking at different things and flowers, and Mother Nature inspires me. I just have a knack for that. When I was a young kid and my daddy would take me in the swamp hunting, we'd ride through the swamp to go to the back, wherever we was hunting, and I would see these cypress knees. And this is weird, man, because I didn't understand it till late in life. I'd look at these cypress knees and I'd tell my daddy, they're looking at me. My daddy thought I was nuts. What you mean? I said, they're looking at me. Who's looking at you? I didn't get it. He didn't get it. At about 15, I kind of started going on my own. And I started cutting these cypress knees down and carving these faces that I saw in this wood when I was a kid. I didn't understand that, but later in life, as I carved and met more carvers, not many of them, but some of them would say, I can see the face in that wood. I said, what you said? He said, I could see the face in the wood. Man, I was so excited. It all made sense to me. When I step into my job, all my lessons in life with my dad from when I was young come into play. Everything in here around me that you see in this shop is because of my dad. When I was 2 years old, my dad fell out of a deer stand, broke his back, paralyzed from the waist down, and that changed my life significantly. He taught me that just because there's something wrong with you, don't mean you can't do anything. He fixed everything that was broken. Didn't matter if it was the car, the house, lawnmower, mini bikes, whatever, right? You fixed it. And if it can be fixed, we're gonna fix it, and you're gonna use it till it can't be fixed no more. He taught me a work ethic that nobody could peel off of me. He was a big, big, big influence on my life. And I do my job today with my dad on the top of my brain. I shake every man's hand. I go to the store. If there's a lady, I open the door for her. You understand? I carry his values with me in my pocket, right here, close to my heart. He taught me the most important things about life. Treat people like you want to be treated. Right? It's not rocket science. Nobody's better than anybody. Just be happy. Even if you ain't got nothing to be happy about, be happy anyway. It changes you. Happy, positive energy makes the world go around. It makes you feel better. I just would want people to say, you know, man, you remember Chucky? Boy, that dude was a hard worker. If you called him, he helped you out. He was a good guy. He did the right things.